Meet Rell, the Iron Maiden. Raised in the secret Black Rose Academy, Rell was forced to test her powers of ferromancy against other children, siphoning their magic and growing stronger with every battle she won. Now, this heavily armored metal-mancing support is fighting back against the powers that betrayed her. Get ready to pump some iron. This is the Rell Champion Spotlight. Rell's passive, Break the Mold, is all about wearing enemies down to beef herself up. Although she attacks extremely slowly, her attacks briefly steal a percentage of her target's armor and magic resist, and deal bonus damage on hit. Attacking more enemies gives Rell more armor and magic resist, and every new enemy she attacks refreshes the debuff on targets she's already stealing from.
Forge your heart into something strong, unbreakable.
Tough talk for worm food.
With her Q, Shattering Strike, Rell thrusts forward with her lance, damaging and applying her passive to the first enemy hit and dealing half damage to all other targets. Shattering Strike also destroys enemy shields, foiling their defenses so they can eat lead. Rell's W, Ferromancy, comes in two parts. With Crashdown, Rell dons her full metal jacket, transforming her mount into heavy armor, leaping into the air and slamming to the ground to knock up surrounding enemies. She also gains a shield that lasts until broken or until she transforms back to her mounted state. Rell puts the pedal to the metal with Mount Up, transforming her armor back into her Steed of Steel. During her next attack, she charges her target, then flips them over her shoulder, dealing bonus damage. Rell has more durability while armored, but more speed while mounted, which means she can really get the lead out when she needs it most.
All this waiting. I just want to fight.
Rell's E, Attract and Repel, magnetically binds her to an ally, granting them armor and magic resist while nearby. She can recast the spell to stun and damage enemies between her and the bound ally.
Don't get comfortable. I work alone.
Help an ally out. Damaging an enemy with Shattering Strike will heal Rell and her bound ally a percentage of their missing health. The more enemies hit, the more health they get back. Pairing the bind with Ferromancy allows for some devastating combos. Hitting enemies while mounted can flip them into the stun zone. Knocking enemies up with Crashdown makes them easy targets for a follow-up stun. With her ultimate Magnetic Storm, Rell erupts in unbridled rage, creating a gravitational field around her that sucks in enemies and deals damage over time. It is possible for enemies to escape the vortex, so Rell must choose which targets to keep in range. Magnetic Storm doesn't interrupt channels or disable any other actions, so basic attacks, Flash, and Elastic Slingshot are still on the table. Playing Rell well is all about knowing when to saddle up and when to hunker down. In your armored state, rely on your extra shielding to win trades. When your shields are down, mount up again to lance a lot and finish the job. Choose the right moment to strike. With low mobility on foot, you might crash down to find yourself all armored up with nowhere to go, and no one likes an int horse. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with friends. Use Attract and Repel to bind to allies who can lock down enemies to help set up a stun and Shattering Strike. You can also use Attract and Repel's stun radius to peel your squishies from assassins, then strike while the iron's hot. For the ultimate crowd control combo, wait for enemy dashes to go on cooldown, then charge in for a huge knockup. While in the air, cast Magnetic Storm and Attract and Repel, so when you finally crash down, all your team has to do is pick up the shrapnel.
Yeah! Someone scrape this idiot off the floor.
Rell. Think you've got what it takes to ride with the Iron Maiden? Test your metal in the bot lane with Rell. Learn more about this heavy metal tank at the links below.